Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to reading for, this is for January bonus reading, and we're just going to do a Celtic cross style reading, Scorpio, and that's going to be that. Mostly because I've been really enjoying doing the Celtic crosses, actually, so we're just going to jump right in here. You start off with the Knight of Pentacles, which is, like, I feel like things are moving forward a little bit slower than you wish, but I do feel progress here, so it's not like, it's not terrible, right? I feel maybe you want things in your life, I'm speaking generally here. I feel like you do want things to speed up. You do want things to move forward. That tower did come up in reverse, so we will definitely keep that in mind. Everyone has had the tower again, so I just think that it's a month of global tower moments, so who cares? But we'll look into that. I'm also going to pull oracle cards for each row, section, whatever you want to call it, right? And that'll be that. But, again, I feel like you are making progress, though, is where I was going with this. In just your first row here, we're just going to call it your general energies. You have this card that says potential and abundance. So something that you're working on that maybe, or that you're working towards, obviously has a lot of potential is what this is saying. You have the Ace of Pentacles as well, which is a card of having a lot of potential. So, it is an opportunity that has potential, is what I'm trying to say. So I feel for a lot of you, that this is saying that there could be like a new opportunity that is going to be very abundant for you, that has a lot of potential. But that mountain, there's this mountain on this card here. So there might be like a little bit of a mountain to climb. But I always encourage people to climb mountains. I'm not like one of those people that's like, oh, it should be easy, because it's, easy come, easy go, plain and simple. So, what I would say here is that there might be some work that needs to be done, but I don't think it's not like the end of the world or anything like that to, do the work that you're doing. Again, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So I think you're working towards something. You're making progress. It feels like you are, but it is a little bit slower than you wish, is kind of what I feel here, Scorpio. So, it's like you're getting there, but, it's like not quite to the level that you want. At the same time, it's like I feel like saying you've grown quickly, So it's like, I don't know what area of your life you're trying to grow here. But wherever you're trying to grow, or wherever you're trying to create more abundance, I think if you really actually look at how far you've come, you will see that you have made a lot of progress just in general, right? For your crossing energy, this can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross, and you have the Temperance card. I kind of feel like this is something that could help you. To me, this is an energy of alchemy. Temperance is about turning one thing into another. And so I feel for a lot of you, that you could be trying to turn your situation around, or you could be trying to improve some sort of situation in your life. And alchemy is about kind of like mixing things together so that you can alchemize the situation, so that you can make it better. So I kind of do feel this is saying like it would be worth it for you. If you're working on something and it's not working how you want it to, what changes need to be made for it to work is kind of what it's saying. Next, in the area of your thoughts, you have the Four Wands. I literally feel that some of you have seen a person that you are like, I'm going to marry this person. So it's popping into my head here. And you go down Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles. You have the King of Swords up here as well. So it could be a person who's like a very mature person. It could be a person who's older than you. Doesn't matter what gender. But I always say like King of Swords could just be mature. They don't have to be older than you. But I do feel you have your eye on a person. You're like, oh, I want to marry this person. And I feel that's only going to be for like a few of you. And I do feel that, if you feel that, probably is the person you're going to marry. So, I would say go for it, Scorpio. I also think that every single one of you is very focused on freedom. It's almost impossible for fixed signs to not be focusing on the word freedom in their life. Like whatever, anything that makes you feel constricted or tied down or anything like that, you're probably gonna reject it. Maybe even physically as well. Like if you're with like a person who makes you feel stuck, you might physically have symptoms and stuff like that. So, again, I think that for a lot of you, most of the things that you're probably thinking about or working on are things that could provide more freedom to you. Like you could be working on a side hustle to provide more financial freedom. You could be asking for a raise or promotion to do the same thing. So it's like, any of those types of things is what you could be thinking about here with the Four of Wands. I also feel like you're thinking about completing something as well. Like if you're working, the thing with the Four Wands is, it can represent like the end of a project. So if you've been working on something, you're thinking about wrapping it up. Next, in the area of your foundation, you have the Two of Pentacles. I'm getting like, how am I going to make this work or something? I feel like there's a lot of moving parts here. I think you have a lot going on in your life. You could be very busy. There could be a lot of moving parts. Like I said, you could have a lot that you work on in life. You could have a lot of things that you do. And, you could also have like children and also have a full-time job, and also like you have to take care of a parent or something like that. Like I feel that type of energy. I hope that makes sense. Like I'm not saying that's exactly what your story is, but I feel like you're very busy and you have a lot of busyness going on. And I almost feel that you are doing a good job juggling because it's showing up in the area of your foundation. But I also feel, going this direction here, that some of you are like can't juggle forever. It's like you can't, obviously just constantly be giving every other situation in your life energy without at least kind of recharging your batteries or, doing something nice for yourself. So I feel that you are trying to learn balance. Again, the Tower did come up in reverse. I actually prefer the Tower upright. To me, I don't necessarily think that we should avoid Tower moments, right? And we'll talk about that when we get to the Tower, but that's what I'll say there. The Tower could also be you. And again, everyone's had the Tower. There are going to be a lot of global Tower moments. Mark my words. I've been saying it for years. Literally every single time I say it, something happens. I literally just said it the other day. And then the Queen of Denmark stepped down. I literally said in that video, that the crown is falling off the Tower, and, that which could be like a world leader stepping down. And boom. What do you know? It happened. And people call me like some sort of crazy conspiracy theorist. I'm like, this isn't a conspiracy. You literally just saw it happen in front of your eyes. And it's like, I'm not passing a value judgment on these things. It's like, it is what it is. Don't shoot the messenger, right? But if you want to bury your head in the sand, go for it. In the area of the past, you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords rushing energy. So I feel like you see all the things. I kind of feel like this is connected to the Tower. I feel like you see all the moments, all the, things that you worked on, all the things that you created, or all the times you rushed things and you didn't pay attention to the details, and then things fell apart. So I don't feel good or bad about this. I think you're just kind of I feel like you're just like looking at things that you've worked on or created or done or had in your life, and you're just saying like, oh, some of these things I rushed and some of these things I took my time on. Seems to me like the things that I took my time on maybe worked a little bit better, and I think you're just kind of thinking about it. You're processing the information. You're learning from it, basically. You also have this card that says confidence is your key to success. Clearly, I feel very confident with that Four of Wands. It's like you feel confident that you're like going to marry a person, like I said. It doesn't have to be marriage, though. It could be anything that you're committing to. You also have this card that says don't let your past hold you back. Again, you might feel that there are some mistakes that you've made that are going to prevent you from having success in the future, but I do not think that is true at all. So I would let those fears go for sure. Next, you have the Ace of Pentacles in your very near future. Yeah, there's like a lot of opportunity coming in for you. I feel like the timing, there's something about time here. Like I said, with that Two of Pentacles, it's like you have to be here, you have to be there. I feel that for someone. It's almost like you have a lot to do. I feel it's like you have this appointment, then you got to go to work, then you have this, then you have that. And I feel like your life has been like that for a while, and it's like, it's almost like I'm seeing a person, you is who I'm talking to, where it's like, what you have to do to get to the Ace of Pentacles. Like, that maybe you have to put more work in, or that you need to, work a little harder on that side hustle, or like whatever it is you're trying to create, doesn't matter, right? And I feel like this is saying that, but it's like finding that time is maybe the challenge that's going on here in your reading. I do feel like you're going to find it, though. I mean, you have the Ace of Pentacles here, so there's clearly a lot of success coming in for you, a lot of potential as well. It's like whatever you're working on has a lot of potential. So, I kind of feel that here, and what the heck? There we go. So I feel like it has a lot of potential. The Ace of Pentacles is something that needs to be nurtured into existence as well. I look at the Ace of Pentacles as a garden. It's like you got to water it, fertilize it, feed it, and you really got to take care of it. You have 3 cards here. You have this Into Me I See card. I feel like you need to start asking yourself some questions about like, what do you want out of life? What do you want your life to look like? What is freedom according to you with the Four of Wands? Again, for some people, freedom is prison, right? You have this Imperfect Harmony card and the Storyteller card as well. You fixed signs, again, get these cards of storytelling all the time. I would literally write down your story. Like I would write your life as you want it to be, and I would write it down. If I were a fixed sign, that's what I'd be doing, because all you fixed signs always get these cards. And that storyteller card literally says you will get the story that you tell. So start telling the story that you want to live is what I would do here. I also feel this perfect harmony card is saying that there is harmony coming into your life. Again, if you are busy, if you are running around like a chicken with your head cut off or something like that, it looks to me like things are kind of coming together, which is good. Over the next few months, you have the Three of Pentacles. This could be part of what's helping you, is that there could be people or friends or family members that are coming in to assist you. Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork. Maybe you need to ask as well. Maybe you're afraid to ask, but I do feel that there are people who really want to assist you or who want to help you or who want to lift you up or who are wanting you to be successful. So it's almost like there are very supportive people coming in here that are kind of like doing things to lift you up or are doing things to make you more successful. And so again, don't be afraid to ask people for help. I also like the Three of Pentacles because it's saying your results speak for themselves. So, again, if you're working on something and you don't have a lot of time, like a side hustle or whatever, or it could just be anything that you don't have a lot of time on, it's almost like that outside people see your value. Like, let's say you want to have love as well. It's almost like maybe you don't have a ton of time to date, but you could meet a person that you're really interested in, clearly, right here, Four of Wands. And, I feel like this person, if you're meeting a person, it's like they see your value. It's like, I feel even if you don't have a lot of time right now, it's almost as if they understand like where you're coming from and they also value the relationship, so they might not care, right? There you go. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Five of Cups. I do feel like you have to let something go from the past, a disappointment. Five of Cups is about being grateful for what you have. When you turn around and see these two cups, you get this bridge and this castle over here. So I feel for some of you, you could be grieving the loss of something that you no longer have. It could be a person. It could be a relationship in your life, not like love. It could just be a person that you don't talk to anymore or something like that. But again, I kind of feel this is talking about you being grateful so that you can have something that you do want. And, that's what I would focus on here. Over in the area of your future feelings, you have the Tower. The Tower is definitely a shakeup. I actually do feel a shakeup. It's like not a bad shakeup. Again, some of you, it's like there could be a surprise move coming up for you in the near future. I feel for some of you, it could be, a change that you're making in your life. And, I kind of feel it is a little bit of a surprise, but I also feel that it's kind of like a welcome change. I don't feel too bad about this. I feel pretty good about this because, yeah, it could be a shakeup. Yes, it looks to me like you're still kind of very busy. You have a lot to do with this Two of Pentacles. You're running around. Two of Pentacles is in the area of your foundation. The Tower always gets reduced down to its foundation, and then we rebuild it stronger from there. So it's almost like you're in this rebuilding energy, or you are rebuilding something with the Tower, and I feel that this is probably a good thing. Could be some global Tower moments as well, which we're going to see plenty, mark my words, over the next few years, and just is what it is. For your outcome, you have the King of Swords. Again, the King of Swords card of discernment, knowledge, and wisdom. I feel like you've gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom, but I also feel you could be attracting a person who is very knowledgeable. A person who is kind of like a mentor or a guide to you. This doesn't even have to be in love. Again, this could just be a person who's going to help you, who's going to guide you through life. It could be love as well, I'm getting, for some of you. So, for some of you, I definitely feel that there could be a person that's coming in here that's going to help you. Next, also for your outcome row here, you have this persistence card. It says your persistence will pay off. Don't give up now. Foster the persistence mindset. Stay focused and press through. Yes. You have this card that says, now know that whatever decision you made, it was the right one. Yes. So if you chose to walk away from something or let something go, it was the right decision, and you are going in the right direction is what I'm trying to spit out here, Scorpio. So there you go. Let's clarify through here, and let's see what is coming up for you here, Scorpio. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Temperance card, you have the Empress. Yes, definitely a ton of abundance. We see that here. Whatever you're thinking about investing your time, effort, and energy into with the Knight of Pentacles is clearly going to be very successful. Again, Knight of Pentacles is a card of like planting seeds. And, it's funny that we said the thing about having a garden with the Ace of Pentacles. The Empress is able to grow a garden. She is able to, grow things that she wants to grow in front of her. With the Four of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups here. It's like I'm hearing, I feel like you're spoiled for choice. You have a lot of options. I feel like you could be attracting a person who has a lot of options as well. But, I don't know. I feel like you're right about this person. Like I said, especially for those of you out there that are like, oh my God, I'm going to marry this person. Like, especially if you just met a person, I feel like this is someone like, or of at least. But, I feel like you are right. So, there you go. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a card of kind of like conflict. It can represent competition as well. I personally like the Five of Wands because it's a card of learning. Normally, the people on this card, they're normally fighting with wands. They're not fighting with swords. So they are learning how to fight. And I feel a lot of you have like learned a lot. Like, yes, maybe it's been a very chaotic, busy time for you with the Two of Pentacles, but this has probably, taught you a lot. It has probably, or it will, I should say, lead to probably future success because you've learned a lot of lessons through this need to be very busy or because you've been very busy. With the Knight of Swords, you have this King of Wands. I feel like you've seen the future, is what I get here. The King of Wands, he's kind of like the card of the visionary, and I kind of get that energy here where it's almost like you've seen some sort of future. I'm like, it's kind of weird as well because part of me feels like you almost have regrets, and I think you should let those regrets go. But it's like maybe you were right about a person and you regret getting together with them because you're like, damn it, I saw the future with this person. I knew this XYZ was going to happen, and I know I should have left. And so, for some of you, I feel that this is saying don't beat yourself up. But I also feel this is a good thing because I feel like there are good things that you see for yourself. And I feel this card is saying you need to nurture those good things into existence. There are a ton of nurturing cards here in this reading. The Abundance card, the Empress, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Wands. He is the most nurturing king as far as I'm concerned. I always say that he raises things like a baby. He no matter what he's working on, he really, really takes care of the things that he cares about. So, I feel like you are kind of like nurturing a new vision in your life. And whatever this new vision is, clearly is going to be very abundant. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. Needing to see things from a new perspective as well. A lot of people have been getting the Hangman energy, and I do believe we're in a time of perspective where basically if one way to do something doesn't work, we just need to look for another way. I literally said that on the Temperance card. The Hangman is about gaining enlightenment. He's normally hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom, and he's just, kind of waiting to be enlightened on like the next direction to take. But sometimes we just need to see things from a new perspective. Something, if we've been working on a business or a career or whatever, we just need to see things from a new point of view. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. Yes, are you kidding? Right here, definitely going to marry this person. It could be any sign. You have like fire, air, you have water, you have earth, you have everything here. So, literally could be any sign. But I do feel like you are both, it's almost like you're both very similar in a lot of ways. Like I feel like you have similar ideas for how life should work or, what life should look like and, all that other good stuff. But definitely could marry this person. Especially if you have your eye on a person. I also, I feel like you're very complimentary as well. Like, that is one thing that is standing out to me here, where it's like, maybe you have, what the hell am I trying to say here, Scorpio? It's almost like you have like similar, like maybe your Venus and your Jupiter are complementary in your chart. Maybe your sun sign compatible, which I think sun sign compatibility is BS in the first place, but whatever, right? Maybe you have like the same, similar life paths or whatever the case may be. Yes, look, with the Five of Cups, you have the Emperor. So you have the divine counterparts right here. I feel like a disappointment has led you to your Emperor. It's like, yeah, maybe there's a disappointment, but it's like leading you exactly to the person that you're meant to be with. I feel like it's leading you to something that that's going to work out really well for you. So I love this. The other thing I'm getting here is that I feel like maybe your past person was like chasing your tail. It's like maybe it could just never work out. Like you were always like, kind of chasing each other around. Like both of you were chasing, And I feel like this situation is like, it's almost like it's a situation that is coming together. It's like very weird how I'm seeing it in my head, but it's also like a specific story that I think will resonate with some of you. But it's almost like everything is conspiring for you in this relationship. Like I think you're going to notice how things just work out, right? Things just come together. And I think it's kind of like totally the opposite of what you experienced in this past relationship. With the Tower, you have the Four of Swords here. Recovering, I feel like you are recovering from some sort of Tower moment here. I also feel there are like surprise blessings coming in for you. I also do feel like there's going to be some sort of shakeup in your life. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but this is like not a bad shakeup, It might be like a little jarring. It might be, maybe it kind of strikes me as something where you're going to have to move quickly or you're going to have to make some quick decisions here. For a lot of you, for whatever reason, I feel like it's a move. Like you're going to have to make a move quickly. You're going to have to decide that you want to move quickly. Something like that. With the King of Swords, you have the World. Yes, some sort of accomplishment. You could be, the other thing I'm getting here, by the way, is that you could be meeting someone from a distance here, and again, I think it just seems like the universe is conspiring for you. Like maybe this person, maybe you meet a person from a distance. Like it's kind of like weird because maybe you meet them like locally, but then maybe they go back home. But I think what you're finding out is that they were local because they're like moving to wherever you live. It's like I have weird stories like that popping into my head. Like maybe you met this person on like Tinder or whatever you kids use nowadays. I don't know, adult friend finder, whatever the hell it is. But what I would say here is that it's like you meet this person because of that, and then you find out they're not from where you're from, but they're actually moving to where you're from. So I don't know, something weird. You have this revenge card. Everybody has had this card. I would be careful of past people. I don't know what's going on, but it seems to me like past, karmic relationships or difficult people could be getting all up in our business. So, I would just be careful of that, plain and simple. Yeah, you have this extremism card here. Both of these cards are you, Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio, this is Mercury in Scorpio, this card here. So, again, I would just be careful of a past person if you have one. Next, you have this riches card, a lot of abundance. Yes, if you're attracting a person, a lot of abundance. We see just a lot of abundance in this reading in general. So, love it. You have this authority card. I feel like you could be attracting a person who is seen as an authority figure. King of Swords, usually like a mentor, a leader in some way. Or, this person could just have like a certain level of authority. They could be an authority figure. They could be a well-known figure. All those things are popping into my head. You also finally have this drama card. I would avoid the drama at all cost. Again, I don't know what it is. Like, I would be careful of a person's past person as well, I'm getting, which I feel like I've said this to you before. But if you're meeting a new person, and if you get, like, some weird message from a person who's like, they cheat, they do this, they do that, and they claim to be the person's ex, that person could just be a liar. So I would be careful of that. And it's weird because a lot of people have had messages like this year of like exes coming back into the picture and trying to ruin new relationships and things like that. So I would, don't take some angry ex's word for it, right? But this is a really good reading, actually. I like where it's going. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.